Hi guys, so today we're going to be talking about the full moon. So what is the full moon? What's the purpose of the full moon? What's the energy of the full moon? Well, full moon is all about release. And we tend to in our lives hold on to things, whether it's emotion, whether it's physical things, no matter what it is, we hold on to it. And we feel that in our body. Now, everything that manifests in our physical body and our physical reality starts in energy. Everything starts in energy. It doesn't matter if you believe it or not. It doesn't matter if you think it's true or not. It's just the way it works. It appears in the energy and then it will move into your physical form. And so everything I teach here at Above 540 is to help you to create in energy what you want to physically manifest into your life. A great tool for that, one of many, is the full moon. Now, I can almost guarantee that everybody is feeling the power of the full moon right now as we speak. Maybe it's you have a lot of emotions coming up. Maybe it's a situation that keeps coming up again and again, even situations you thought you dealt with, and yet here it is, rearing its head again. This is what the full moon is pulling from you. We all have wishes and intentions that we send out to the universe all the time, consciously and unconsciously. Again, at Above 540, I try to make more of it conscious. I know I feel that every full moon, something coming into my awareness. And sometimes if you're not aware if it's the full moon or why it's pulling you, you just kind of think, I don't know why that's happening and I'm just grumpy. But when you really switch that thinking into what is the full moon trying to pull from me that I no longer need because of the wishes and intentions that I've sent out, especially if you're doing the manifestation map with me and the energy evaluations, we're setting some pretty cool stuff into motion. We're planting seeds for our life. Again, when I'm talking about what we're trying to do in the manifestation map is we're saying we're creating our energy so that we can manifest what we want, and we're removing those blocks. So what is the full moon right now, today, trying to pull from you? What is trying to get your attention? Now, you don't have to get all tangled up in whatever it is. Just bring it into your awareness so that you can release it. So the two ways I go through a full moon release, and I'm going to give you a couple others, but we're going to start with number one, the full moon release letter. So that's just purging. Just get paper, or maybe if there's lots of papers, and write down. You don't have to worry about punctuation. You don't have to worry about spelling. You just purge what you're feeling. Everything. And it's almost kind of like automatic writing. Now, automatic writing is almost when you let the pen take over and you don't really get caught up in even what's happening. You just let your hand do the writing and let your soul do the talking and purge out what's coming into or trying to come out with the full moon is pulling out, because the full moon will do its job. It doesn't need our help. It just pulls out what it needs to. So we just purge in that letter. Here are some questions that can help trigger some ideas to get that pen started. What are you afraid of? Now ask yourself, what are you really afraid of? Not what you think you're afraid of, but really dig deep. What are you really afraid of? We only do things that we get a reward from, and sometimes that reward is a negative thing. However, we keep that in our pattern because our body feels that that's what we need. So that's where the awareness really helps that. Who are you angry at? Who has really done you wrong? What frustrates you, whether that's a situation, whether it's a person, whether it's a thing that keeps replaying in your life. What's that frustration? Who do you need to forgive? Do you need to forgive yourself? Do you need to forgive others? Do you need to forgive yourself and others? What situations do you need forgiveness? Sometimes we don't even have to think of this. You could write down, who do I need to forgive, and let your soul do the talking. Forgiveness is an interesting thing, because when we forgive people, sometimes we think we're saying that what they did is right, and that's not why we forgive. We forgive because we need to get rid of that energy in our body. It's like was it Buddha? I can't remember who said it, but it's like, holding a hot coal and thinking it's going to burn somebody else. That's what anger does in our body. So we want to get rid of it for our own good, so for our own growth, to move forward. Because when we keep frustrated, when we keep angry, we let them keep winning. We let them control our body. They keep winning because that's why they did that in the first place, right? So forgiveness is about our internal peace. It's about the peace within. It's moving forward with the life that we want to create. So forgiveness is a big thing. What emotions are coming up for you right now? You can almost just, I know last night and tonight I had a ton of stuff come up. The power of the full moon really starts to pull, even before the power of the full moon. You're going to start feeling it. It's going to start pulling you out. And a lot of it was situations that I had thought I dealt with, and it was coming up like crazy. And so what I did was a forgiveness. I did my release letter, and I just purged everything about how it hurt me and how unfair I felt that situation was, and all of those things, and I just let it all go. And then I fold my letter, I put it in an envelope, and then I go to my kitchen sink the night of the full moon, and I burn the letter. But I burn it, I just burn it in the sink so that I have the water there to put it out, and I can make sure everything is safe. And it's really cool. Watch how it burns, because sometimes it poof, it burns really quick and you're ready to let it go. But if you're having a hard time lighting it, that's really energetically you're having a hard time letting it go. So be aware of that and just keep going, because sometimes it's like, is the lighter broke? What is going on? Why won't it burn? But it's because you're really struggling with letting it go. And then I do step 2. I go and do the full moon restorative release. It's incredible. I let it out. I purge. Then I go do the full moon release, which is really great. And that is going to be up on this page as well. And then I will do a salt bath. So Epsom salts or Himalayan salts with essential oils. I finish my night off with that. And that is how I do my full moon release. I love it because it's after a month of all this stuff coming. You just get to give it to the full moon, and it just pulls it out of your energy. And that's the power of dealing with the full moon. When we understand how to create the energy so we can manifest what we want, it is so perfect. It impacts our relationships. We can create much deeper and more fulfilling relationships. When it comes to finances and abundance, we have a whole bunch of stuff that is just there, and we feel like it's us, and we feel like we're not good enough or smart enough, or we have to get more certificates, or we have to get, here before we can get that. And the truth is, we just got to create that in our energy and then let it manifest. That doesn't happen overnight, and we're not patient as people. I know I'm not patient. I am pretty patient, but there are times where I definitely have had to work much harder on my patience. In relationships is a big one. Abundance is a big thing. In careers, really awakening to more of our career, whether we're trying to create a house, whether we're trying to create a physical house, a different space for us to live in, whether we want a different energetic space inside, whether it's dense and feeling just frustrating. That is also something else that you can really shift in that energy. Whether you're feeling like stagnant in your life and you want to become more passionate as a person, you see those people that are living a passionate life, and don't you just want a little piece of that passion? That's all in your energy that you can create in your opening to receive, in loving. So many areas, guys, they're all affected by your energy. And when we understand that, when we create it in our energy, that's what manifests physically. It's a beautiful thing. And let's start tonight with the full moon release. So write your letter, use those questions, purge away, burn the letter in a safe space like your sink or wherever. Just make sure it's safe. And then you can do the full moon restorative practice, and that is so beautiful. It is so amazing. And if you can, do an Epsom salts bath at the very end with some beautiful oils, and do that release and get ready for a really great sleep. Enjoy. Have an awesome full moon ritual. I know I'm going to. And I'll see you guys tomorrow on the page. Bye for now.